Barcelona family, let's sit down for a moment and talk honestly. Let's talk about those moments that define an era. Let's talk about the choices that will seal the future of our beloved club. Today, we're diving into 3 burning issues that are shaking the walls of Camp Nou. 3 names that resonate like thunderclaps: Cudi Romero, Ferran Torres, and Erling Haaland. 3 decisions that will shape our season and beyond. 3 stories that will make you thrill, reflect, and above all, dream again. So hold on tight, because Barcelona's history is being written now, and it promises to be thrilling, emotional, and above all, decisive for our collective future. First, Cudi Romero, the defender who will restore soul to our defense. An Argentine rock for a defense under reconstruction. Imagine for a moment, Barcelona family, a central defender who embodies everything we've missed in recent seasons: controlled aggression, natural leadership, and refined technique. A player who doesn't just defend, but organizes, motivates, and strikes fear into opposing attackers. That player exists, and his name is Cudi Romero. At 26, this Argentine defender has everything it takes to become the cornerstone of our defense for years to come. What makes Cudi Romero so special is his ability to combine South American physicality with European tactical intelligence. Trained in Spain and hardened in the Premier League with Tottenham, he knows the demands of top leagues. But most importantly, he has that warrior mentality we've missed so much. Remember those defenders who made opposing attackers tremble just by looking at them? Those who gave everything in every duel, who bled for the shirt. Cudi Romero is exactly that. He is the perfect embodiment of a Barcelona defender. A profile tailored for Hansi Flick's project. What's fascinating about Cudi Romero is how perfectly he fits Hansi Flick's vision. The new German coach wants to build a balanced, intense team capable of dominating duels. And that's exactly what Romero offers. Calculated aggression to win the ball high up the pitch. The ability to play out cleanly from the back. Natural leadership to organize the defense. Versatility to adapt to different systems. Imagine him alongside Araujo or Kound. A physical and technical partnership, capable of dominating aerial duels while playing out from the back with precision. He's the kind of defender who can transform our team, giving us the solidity we've lacked. A player made for Barcelona. But beyond his technical qualities, it's the man himself who matters. Cudi Romero has expressed his desire to join Barcelona. He wants to be part of our history, wear this shirt with pride, and above all, win titles. That emotional connection is crucial. We don't just want a good defender, we want a leader, a warrior, a true Cule at heart. And then there's his international experience. With Argentina, he's won it all: Copa America, Finalissima, World Cup. He knows what it's like to play under pressure and win the games that matter. That's exactly the kind of mentality we need to return to the top. A masterstroke in the transfer market. The market for quality central defenders is particularly tight. Players like Cudi Romero, experienced, versatile, and still young, are rare. And when a club like ours has the opportunity to sign such a talent, it must seize the chance without hesitation. His arrival would send a clear message to all of Europe: Barcelona is back, and we intend to dominate once again. It wouldn't just be a reinforcement, it would be a statement of intent. A player like Romero, young yet experienced, ambitious yet humble, could well become the face of our defense for the next decade. Immediate impact on the team. Imagine Cudi Romero in our defense. A player capable of stabilizing our backline with his experience, playing out cleanly to launch our attacks, leading young defenders like Cubarsí or Fort, scoring from set pieces. Yes, he's a threat in the opponent's box. His arrival would also have a huge psychological impact. Young players would see him as an example of professionalism and determination. And for the fans, it would be a clear sign that the club is on the path back to greatness. A defender for the big occasions. What truly sets Cudi Romero apart is his ability to raise his game in the big matches. Remember his performances against Real Madrid with Tottenham? Or his winning duels in the Champions League? He's exactly the kind of player we need for the games that matter. Plus, he has the ability to adapt. He can play in a back 4 or a back 3, press high or sit deep. That versatility is priceless for a coach like Flick, who likes to vary his systems. Conclusion: Romero, the man for the job. In short, Cudi Romero is the ideal defender for Barcelona today. He has the talent, experience, mentality, and profile to become the linchpin of our defense. His arrival wouldn't just be a reinforcement, it would be a turning point in our recent history. So, Barcelona family, tell me, are you ready to see Cudi Romero in Blaugrana? To imagine a finally solid defense, duels won, and the new energy he would bring to our team? Because I have no doubt, Cudi Romero is the man for the job. Second, Ferran Torres. The dilemma that divides. Keep our forward or seize the strategic opportunity. A beloved but replaceable player. Ferran Torres, my friends, is a fascinating and delicate case. He's a player we all love for his smile, his commitment, and his often decisive goals. But here's the hard truth. Ferran is not irreplaceable. And in the current context, where every euro counts twice, this reality presents a true dilemma. Ferran is a good player, without a doubt. He has talent, he works hard, and he scores important goals. But there's a fundamental issue. He has never established himself as an undisputed starter. He can play across the entire attacking line, but he doesn't excel in any single position. In the big games, the ones that make the difference between an average season and a historic one, Ferran has often been invisible. The economic equation that changes everything. Here's where things get really interesting. Clubs are willing to spend between €40 and €60 million to secure Ferran's services. A massive sum, especially given Barcelona's current financial situation. Imagine for a moment what we could do with €60 million. Sign a world-class number 9. Strengthen our midfield with an exceptional playmaker. Or even do both and still have money left to balance the books. Ferran deserves a new adventure, a club where he can be the main man, where he can finally fulfill his potential. And Barcelona, for its part, deserves to turn the page and bring in players who can make a bigger impact when it truly matters. An opportunity that may not come again. The problem with Ferran is that he has value now. In a year or two, who knows? Injuries, competition, or the unpredictability of a footballer's career could see his value drop. An offer of €60 million today might only be €30 or €40 million tomorrow. In modern football, you have to seize opportunities when they arise. And an offer of this magnitude for a player who isn't an undisputed starter is a golden opportunity. The human side of the equation. Of course, there's the human side. Ferran is a good guy, a player who has always given his all for the club. No one questions that. But sometimes, in elite sports, you have to make tough choices for the greater good. Ferran has given a lot to Barcelona, and we are grateful for that. But now is the time to look to the future and make the choices that will allow us to reclaim our place among Europe's elite. Alternatives to consider. Of course, there's always the option to keep Ferran. But at what cost? Tying up a budget that could be used for a more decisive player? Risking his stagnation, or worse, regression? Blocking the emergence of young talents from LAMINE? No, the smartest solution seems to be selling him now, while his market value is still high, and using that money to bring in players capable of taking us back to the top. Where could Ferran end up? Several destinations seem possible. The Premier League, where his versatility is highly valued. Saudi Arabia, where salaries are astronomical. A top club in a less demanding league, where he could finally flourish. But no matter where he goes, the important thing is that Barcelona maximizes this sale to strengthen the team. A respectful farewell for a fresh start. If Ferran leaves, it won't be a sad goodbye, but a respectful farewell. Because he has given so much to the club, and no one can take that away from him. We'll wish him all the best, knowing his departure will allow Barcelona to take a giant step toward its future. Because, ultimately, the goal isn't to keep players we love, but to build a team capable of dominating European football once again. What Ferran's sale could fund. With €60 million, the possibilities are endless. A striker of Haaland or Mbappe's caliber, okay, maybe not Mbappe, but you get the idea. A creative midfielder like Bruno Guimaraes. Or even 2 quality signings for multiple positions. This is a long-term strategy, one that ensures we no longer rely on likable but non-essential players. Conclusion, a tough but necessary choice. Selling Ferran Torres wouldn't be a betrayal, but a strategy. A strategy to rebuild a competitive team, to give our coach, Hansi Flick, the means to achieve his ambitions. A strategy to reclaim our place among the elite. Yes, it will hurt to see him go. But sometimes, you have to let go to move forward. Because the goal isn't to keep players we love, but to build a team capable of winning the most prestigious trophies. Third, Erling Haaland, the striker who could change everything. The ultimate goal machine for a dream attack. My friends, we now come to the most explosive decision of all, the one that shakes the walls of Camp Nou, Erling Haaland. The Norwegian isn't just a striker, he's a goal-scoring machine, a physical monster capable of dismantling any defense. His arrival wouldn't just be another signing, it would be an earthquake in the European football landscape. Imagine Haaland in our jersey. A player who can score 40 goals a season, just as he did with Manchester City. Overpower defenses with his strength and speed. Become the natural heir to Lewandowski. Strike fear into Real Madrid and all of Europe. This isn't a dream, it's a real possibility. And if this move happens, it will be the deal of the century for our club. A project that demands sacrifice. Of course, a player like Haaland doesn't come without consequences. His salary, bonuses, and transfer fee represent a massive investment. But this is exactly the kind of bold move that can define an era. To fund this operation, the club will have to make tough choices. Players like Frenkie de Jong or Dani Olmo might have to leave. Painful sacrifices, but necessary ones to build something great. Immediate and long-term impact. Haaland's arrival would have a deep and immediate impact on our team. A finally fearsome attack, capable of scoring in every match. A motivational effect on the entire squad. Who wouldn't want to play with Haaland? A strong message to Europe. Barcelona is back. A huge commercial boost, jerseys, sponsors, TV rights. But most importantly, Haaland would bring the winning mentality we've missed. A player who hates to lose, who wants to win every duel, every game. That's exactly what we need to return to the top. A legacy for future generations. Haaland isn't just a striker, he's a phenomenon. At just 23, he already has what it takes to become one of the greatest forwards in history. And if he joins Barcelona, he could write one of the most beautiful chapters in our history. Imagine him in 10 years, after winning everything with us. A player who scored 300 goals in Blaugrana, who repeatedly crushed Real Madrid, who became a legend. This isn't a dream, it's a real possibility. Challenges to overcome. Of course, there are challenges. His astronomical salary, but a player like him deserves it. Managing his ego, but his professionalism is exemplary. Adapting to our style of play, but he's already proven he can do it all. But all these challenges are surmountable, especially when we're talking about a talent like Haaland. Conclusion: Haaland, the achievable dream. In short, Erling Haaland is the ultimate player for Barcelona today. An exceptional striker, a natural leader, a phenomenon capable of changing the course of our history. So, Barcelona family, tell me, are you ready to see Haaland in Blaugrana? To imagine 4-0 wins against Real Madrid, last-minute goals, and the terror he would strike into every defense in Europe? Because I have no doubt, Erling Haaland is the man who can change everything. So here we are, Barcelona family. 3 decisions, 3 strategic choices that will define the future of our beloved club. Cudi Romero, the defender who will restore soul to our defense. Ferran Torres, whose painful departure could fund our rebirth. And Erling Haaland, the Norwegian powerhouse who could blow everything wide open. 3 choices, 3 destinies, but one question. Are you ready to write the next chapter of our history? Because Barcelona is us. All of us. And if we want to return to the top, we must be united, determined, and ready to do whatever it takes to see our team triumph again. So let's stand up, Barcelona family. The time has come to show the world what it truly means to be a Cule. The time has come to believe again. The time has come to shout loud and proud, Visca Barcelona! And remember, no matter what choices are made, no matter which players leave or stay, one thing is certain, our love for this club is stronger than anything. Stronger than defeat, stronger than doubt, stronger than time itself. So let's move forward, together. Because the greatest story in football isn't over yet. And it begins now, with us, with you, with the passion that unites us all. Because Barcelona isn't just a club. It's a family. and families fight together for the wildest dreams. So tell me in the comments, are you ready to welcome Cudi Romero as our new defensive rock? Do you think selling Ferran Torres is necessary for our rebuild? And most importantly, can you already picture Haaland scoring 50 goals a season in our jersey? Because the future of Barcelona is being decided now. And that future, we're the ones who will write it. Together. Visca Barcelona!